Howdy, Stephen Mougin from Dark Shadow Recording. I wanted to join you today to chat about a couple of songs from my new record, Ordinary Soul. It's out on July 31st, and the first song I wanted to chat with you about is the song that I call Home. It's a really fun tune that I wrote with my pal Aaron McDermott, and we wrote it about the idea that musicians sometimes just feel awkward unless they're in the middle of making music, whether they're on stage or in the studio or songwriting, that sort of thing. I was joined by the Sam Bush Band on this cut, along with Ned Luberecki and my lovely wife Yana, and we made a fun little music video on this thing in our backyard of our studio, because, quarantine. Another fun song from the album is New Beginnings, a real bluegrassy number that I wrote with Kelly Riggins a couple of years ago. We were going for a McCory-style feel, and I'm not sure if we totally nailed that, but we had a lot of fun trying. And man, Laura Orshaw on the fiddle on the end of this song, woo, she's got a real screaming fiddle lick. It's really fun. Full bluegrass band on this one with Corey Pyatt on mandolin, we had Alan Bartram on bass, Ned Luberecki on banjo, Laura Orshaw fiddle, and of course I'm on guitar and vocals, and the wonderful Rick Ferris on the tenor vocal. One of the more special cuts on this record is a song that I wrote with Eric and Lee Gibson. We've known each other since we were kids up in upstate New York. I was from western Massachusetts. They were from upstate New York. We met at the Smoky Green Bluegrass Festival in 1988. And for some reason, we just never did anything musical together until a few years ago when we wrote this particular song. And then when I got ready to record my album, they were gracious enough to come join me on the vocals for that. And that features twin fiddling by Laura Orshaw, Becky Buller. And then we've got mandolin is Corey Pyatt. Then we got Mike Bubb just walking that bass all the way through the song. It's so much fun. And then Eric and Lee Gibson on the harmony vocals. Really fun track in that 50s country vein. We're thinking Buck Owens meets Ray Price. It's really fun. I'm Gonna Ride was our debut single from this record, and it's a song that I wrote with Rick Lang. And this one is really about digging deep, figuring out what you want out of life and going after it. It's a fun, newgrassy kind of song, and so I decided to cut this with some of my bandmates from the Sam Bush Band, Sam on mandolin, Chris Brown on drums, Todd Parks on bass. We had guest Ned Luberecki on banjo on this one. Sam sang some vocals, Yana sang some vocals. It's a really fun track, and I'm so tickled that they were all willing to join me on that. And then there's another song which in the pre-order was available for folks if they purchased this on iTunes, and it's called Railroad Man. And it is actually a made-up story about a real fiddle. And it's something I put together with Becky Buller a number of years ago about a fiddle from my father-in-law's collection, which was built by a railroad engineer, and he carved it out of pieces of wood from an old wardrobe, and so it has wormholes and knots and things in it, and it sounds great. And so all the facts and figures about the fiddle in the song are totally true, but the story's all made up. We had Sam Bush fiddling on this one, because, man, who doesn't love hearing Sam Bush play the fiddle? My new album is called Ordinary Soul, out July 31st on Dark Shadow Recording. You can find us anywhere, darkshadowrecording.com.